You're
Are you
looking
still there?
live at the Wide Right CFB week number one wrap up show. We're watching the Texas State Bobcats take a pretty commanding lead in the fourth quarter versus the Baylor Bears, 42-24. So hopefully, Hunter, the stream of obscenities will
He,
not be that bad.
he predicted that, didn't he?
A much closer one, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We're just going to kind of leave it ambiguous.
Okay.
I'm doing this on my phone, so y'all have to forgive me right now. The
I know
computer's
that.
doing
I had a hard time with that last week.
the computer's doing a update. So we're here. We went live. We made it right at 9:00. We're watching the mighty Texas State Bobcats play right now. So if you hear Hunter say something unscrupulous, then you just know why. Let's see who's in the chat. We got Pat Paulson in the chat. We have me in the chat. We have Bocce's, Blankets, and more in the chat. Power Stroke, Jude, JWC Tech. What's going on, fellas? How y'all doing? How you doing, Bocce? All right. So we had an upset in some people's opinion, but not others, in a football game today. So let's talk about the big game. Colorado travels to Fort Worth to take on the TCU Horned Frogs. They get the big W. Shedeur Sanders sets a Colorado school record for passing yards in the game. I was impressed. I was also surprised. I didn't think Colorado would be that good, but congratulations to the Buffaloes and Coach Prime on a big W today. They definitely shocked college football quite a bit. So I didn't anticipate it. I know a lot of people on the West Coast anticipated, but not this guy. This guy thought TCU would be able to rebuild, but also it's week one. We kind of need to see how everything plays out down the road. But for today, hats off to Coach Prime in Colorado. What are your thoughts, Jude? You can rub it in a little bit. It's okay.
No, 100% impressed with what Coach Prime did. Now, what we talked about earlier in the week, with all the rebuilding that TCU has to do on offense, I mean, they still put up a lot of points. Is that because Colorado doesn't have a defense, or because TCU is well coached and has more depth? Could be. But 6 games in, if Colorado's 2-4 and TCU's 2-4, it wasn't as impressive as a victory as we thought. But
yeah, but for the day,
woo, man, I was stoked. Needless to say, I was cheering during that game today.
I'm surprised Joey hasn't blown my phone up. He was very respectful of my patience. But if you want to go back and check my messages for the last year, there's a lot of TCU memorabilia or paraphernalia in Joey's pictures to me. So he might be tucking his tail just a little bit today. I don't know, but no, it was a good game. I was impressed. No disappointment by me. TCU. They played well-ish on offense. Colorado was way better. Travis Hunter is definitely a fantastic player. He looked great.
Two-way star right there. I don't know how they had gas at the end of the game.
I don't know. I don't know how they're going to continue to do that just repeatedly throughout the season. So
he played over 60 plays in the first half.
He played 102 total plays today.
Holy cow, that's just crazy.
But it was a good day of football. There was a lot of good things that happened today, and some surprises happened today. Lindsey's mighty Boston College Fighting Eagles, Screaming Eagles, go down to the Huskies of Northern Illinois in overtime. I think the score was 24-21. A big shock today for the Eagles. Not the start they anticipated. Lindsay's like, I wish you would not talk to me right now.
What? I don't really care that much about them. It doesn't really. It's just.
Look, I gotta play it up. If we don't
I know,
play it up,
then I know.
Yeah.
It would be disappointing if I was entirely too truthful about my complete indifference to Boston College.
Hey, you know what? They played well. No, they didn't. It was they were down often to this team. They don't have a quarterback, and it is apparent the Castellanos came in late and he did better, but it still wasn't anything to brag about. It was I thought it was a really poorly executed game. Let's jump into some salute to service stuff right now. The Warhawks of Louisiana Monroe, I believe, are beating Army. Air Force dominated Robert Morris handily. Naval Academy got to lick their wounds this weekend. No game for them. The Coast Guard Academy goes down in a shootout, 44-28 to the University of New England. So congratulations to the University of New England. They're burning couches in Bedford, Maine tonight in their celebration of the big victory. Let's check on this ULM and Army game here. Look for some scores here while we're cruising along. How about Wisconsin rallying today to really kind of put their foot down on Buffalo when they needed to and pull away with a win, 38-17. USC handles business against Nevada after kind of a shaky first possession on defense. They score 66 and only give up 14 total points. Georgia cruises to an easy win against University of Tennessee. I can't remember what the last part of it is, but they win 48-7. Notre Dame crushes Eddie George and Tennessee State, 56-3. Texas overcomes a bumpy start in the first half on offense to come back and beat Rice, 37-10. Now, I will say this. I don't like making excuses for teams, but the on-field temperature during the game was 167 degrees for primarily the entire game.
Holy cow.
Yeah, the rubber pellets were melting onto people's shoes. It was oppressively hot. There's a lot of struggle during the game, and I'm going to attribute a lot of that to the temperature. And then, honestly, whenever I saw what the on-field temperature was, I thought that they maybe should have thought about playing the game at a different time of the day, like moving the start time back, because it affected both sides. It wasn't clean football, and you kind of get that score whenever you have something like that happen. It was insane hot today, and Lindsay knows because he lives here. But congratulations to Washington for pummeling Boise State 56-19. Ohio State goes on the road to Indiana and beats Indiana 23-3. It wasn't a clean looking game. It was not good looking by any stretch of the imagination. Oregon sets a record today, and they crush Portland State 81-7. I think the mascot and the duck outfit died from all the push-ups they had to do, or maybe at least his arms fell off. Mississippi treats Mercer about the same way. They beat Mercer 73-7, and it's just an absolute slaughter. Oklahoma beats Arkansas State in the same fashion, 73-0. The starting quarterback, Dylan Gabriel, he leaves the game at the end of the first half with 308 passing yards. So if he'd have played the second half, they could have scored probably 200 points. Tennessee overcomes some very sloppy play by the offense. They win 49-13. Michigan cruises to an easy win versus East Carolina, 30-3.
Bullshit.
And Hunter is celebrating a penalty by the team. Oh, and get this. So check this out. I have two scores out of the state of Iowa. Iowa goes under on the spread. The overall points The overall points for this game are 43. They scored 38. So Iowa, who leads the nation in games under the spread, continues to keep it under the spread. And then Iowa State was able to keep the game 1 point. I think it was 1 point over the spread. They win 30-9. Iowa State over Northern Iowa. So that should be a penalty right there.
That's not roughing.
That's it's hands to the face. You know that as well as I do, son.
Here, look, I'm the Baylor ref.
If only you could see what I saw.
You can't do that.
All right. We got another guest. Are y'all ready for another guest? The pride of Dripping Springs, Texas. Please welcome
Take this fucking ball.
Christian. What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
Good.
What's up?
Your voice gets deeper every time we talk, bud. You're like, what's going on, guys?
You sound like Michael.
Where are you at? Are
In
you
the
in
garage.
the? Are you? Oh, okay. What are you doing there?
I was working out a little bit.
Oh, okay. Their garage has air conditioning in it, kinda. Right?
This is all the air conditioning. This door open is all the air conditioning we have in here.
Hey,
And
that's more air conditioning
fan.
I got in my garage. Uh-oh. Game's getting closer. But as you can hear, Baylor just scored a touchdown. Hunter's about to punch the television, I think. Hey, son, aim for the one that's laying on the floor, please. All right. So Baylor's cut it down to a 12-point lead with the extra point pending. So we're going to see. Oh, I didn't see that. Thoughts, prayers go out to Vachi. Vachi, I just saw that in the chat. That's terrible. But is he throwing F-bombs at the TV? Here, son. Son, don't smash the television. Throw this F-bomb at it. Catch.
Hey, I want to tag on something you said a few minutes
You have to
ago
answer.
about congratulating Washington on their big win against Boise State. I'd really like to congratulate Washington because they started off the season against Boise State, who, even though they're not what they've been in the last 5 or 10 years, they're still a solid team that's well coached. Not like a lot of these SEC teams play. They're not playing Mercer or Tennessee State or something like that. So really, kudos to Washington.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good for them. I'd like to say Texas did something similar. I think Rice was a bowl team last year, so they're not exactly garbage, but they looked okay. They weren't great. The defense looked tremendous. The defensive line is probably the best thing on the team, and they were dominant.
Texas played Rice, man. That was
Yeah.
great. I love that.
Yeah. But it's a long tradition game. I mean, the games, they've probably played 80 meetings between the two schools. But unfortunately, UMass falls today to Auburn. They were in the game in the first quarter. They fell to Auburn. So there will be no streak for UMass with road wins yet. Just yet. I thought everybody would get a good laugh out of the UMass joke there. Lindsay didn't find it funny for some reason.
8 minutes to go, 11-point game.
I'll tell you what, this TJ Finley kid for Texas State, good grief, he looks amazing. I mean, he's accurate. He's got good vision. He's powerful throwing. He can run the ball well. I mean, it's Texas State. The team won how many games last year? 2 games last year. And now they're competing with a team that won the Big 12 championship 2 years ago.
I always thought they were a fictitious team that Scott Bakula quarterbacked in his 30s.
Now look, there's a difference. There's a difference in why Texas State hasn't, embraced, and had the Dillo games. Because remember in the movie Necessary Roughness, the Texas State Fighting Armadillos play the Southwest Texas Bobcats, which is really what Texas State is. You can get your degree as either Southwest Texas or as Texas State. But Hunter's degree says Texas State. He is a proud Bobcat alumni, but he has always wished that they would do a Fighting Armadillos game, come out with green uniforms.
I never wished that.
So they're going outside here. They do some kind of they're kicking it deep.
Yeah, 8 minutes left. They're going to try to stop them, but they haven't done a very good job of that so far this game.
No. I'd say all Texas State needs to do is just run their regular offense, don't do anything special, and they should be able to take care of business here. Oh, go Badgers. There you go,
Brian
Wisconsin
Stewart.
fan Brian Stewart.
Bill Beckett, hello. Pat Paulson.
Oh, I missed Bill Beckett. So, Lindsay, tell me something good you saw today.
I saw some high-quality play at UT, and I would like to see them build on that as the season progresses. Rice wasn't a bad test for them, but their track record against Rice is so lopsided. Nobody would expect the outcome of the game to be anything other than what it was, but they had some excellent and brilliant flashes of defense. Their offensive line was very good and provided a lot of protection. And I would love to see them build on that going forward. Now, back to what we were talking about earlier with Colorado, I will be the Bill Belichick in the room and say that, yeah, it's a win, but we have to temper that because while it was extremely exciting and a great game full of a lot of action, I don't think it's a sustainable model for Colorado to do well this season at all. They had no defense. They gave up 42 points. Conversely, TCU will give 45 points, but you're not going to give up points like that and expect to win too many ball games. And it took all they had. They had their foot on the pedal from the minute they took the field to the minute they left. And while the level of play was good offensively, it was just a shootout. And you're not going to win every game that way. So I don't think they have a sustainable method of play going forward. I like their play calling, but it took all they had to win today. And I'd be surprised if they maintain what they did today down the road, that they do terribly well at all. Remains to be seen, of course. And I really do want to congratulate Deion Sanders and his team and his coaches for doing such a great job of standing the college football world on its ear, because you could tell there was a level of excitement in that game that was palpable, even just watching over the TV. So congratulations to them. I hope that they're able to put it together and come up with a cohesive plan going forward that allows them to win a lot of games this year, because they play with a lot of heart. I really enjoyed the energy that they had, and I don't think I've seen such an enthusiastic team of players and coaches before. So it was really fun to see.
No, just we'll save it for Thursday night, but just quick look forward. We can just say a simple yes or a simple no. We know they play Nebraska. Can they be 2-0? I'll say yes.
That's roughing.
I don't know. I need to see more. Not that I'm a denouncer of Hunter's excited, as you can tell. I got to see more. Nebraska played a really tough game versus Minnesota, and they came up just a little bit short, and maybe the referees may have helped Minnesota out just a smidge. Colorado's definitely a good team, but I'll tell you what, Nebraska's defense is not terrible either. It was just one of those wait and see things, right? So
Running into? What a kid. What a fucking kid.
glad this is the after dark version. Christian, you may have to use earmuffs at some point.
He's too young.
Apparently that was quite a fucking kick.
That's fucking roughing.
Yeah, well, they roughed the kicker and the Big 12 referees in typical Big 12 fashion. Play favorites. It's obvious. But anyways,
Why is recording a score?
hold on. I gotta rein him back in just a smidge.
Very passionate over there.
Yeah, we take our Bobcat football serious. Even at two in a million, we're still young. Oh yeah, that's big. That's an interception. Oh, almost.
Man, my high school.
Where are we at? I digress. There, can you hear me?
You're dropping out.
My high school alma mater had
Yeah.
won 9 games since my junior year, and they never will get a chance to again because they became a middle school and they merged with our school in-city rivals. So it's like, oh my goodness, I don't have an alma mater anymore. Because I'll be damned if I'll say I'm a Gladstone Gladiator, man. I'm not an Azusa Aztec. Hell no.
Christian and I are both Tigers, so gotta say hi to some more people in the chat here. Piston Honda 87, thanks for joining us. Cajun Coin Hunter, thanks Boo for showing up and supporting the channel. We really appreciate it. 7 people in the chat. 7 people on watching it right now. We have a ton of people in the chat. So great for everybody to be here and enjoying. Yeah, Christian and we're both proud Tigers. We're both. Well, Christian will be a graduate of Dripping Springs, and I am a proud alumni of Dripping Springs. So it's a big deal to be a Tiger, isn't it, Christian?
Hello, Johnny Best.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Hi, Johnny.
Yeah.
Thank God. So that at least the announcers can call it.
And Brian Stewart's calling for Deion Sanders to be Coach of the Year.
All right.
Maybe.
I love how his Colorado hoodie on his shoulder says Coach Prime.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. You do not know how bad I wanted the cowboy hat on the side. No? And I wanted that cowboy hat on the sideline.
Timeout. Call timeout.
Well, they certainly get the swagger award. I'll say that. I mean, they came out meaning business, and it was so much fun to see because it was like this fever pitch environment there all day, and they never let up. And that's what I thought was most exciting about the game was a level of energy unmatched by anyone else in any other game today. It was a lot of fun to watch.
A fucking non-catch?
All right, I'm back. I think. Am I here? Can you see me? Can you see me?
No.
Yes.
Can you see me? Can you hear me? You can see my avatar, but no, you can't hear me. All right, good deal.
So play.
Everyone put two hands up if you think SC's going to win the national title. Well, I see Cass's avatar.
Well, if you saw me right now, you can see my hands were up anyways.
Hit the ground.
Yeah.
It hit the ground.
I got one hand up for you, Jude. I can't do 2 right now. My shoulder is not
Ball's
with
moving
the
when it
flip.
rolls over.
All right, so if they rule this an incomplete pass, Hunter's going to lose his mind. If they rule this a complete pass, he's still going to lose his mind. We're just betting on what do we think the over-under is on this play. Jude's probably watching this game so he can tell y'all.
It looked like it moved, but not till after he hit the ground.
We're going to keep that opinion to us silently.
It hit the ground.
I don't know.
It hit the ground. Shut your rapist supporting mouth up.
I'll tell you one thing. As much trouble as you're having with Spectrum, I love Pat Paulson hooked me up with that Roku, and it works great for everything so far that all my family's television watching needs. I like it a lot better than the Fire Stick, except that it's not compatible for the Pac-12 network. Pac-12 network is not available on there. And last week I found the Pac-12 SC game on YouTube, so I was like, it'll be on there again. But no, I couldn't find it on YouTube, so I was scrambling to look to see where the heck I put my Fire Stick. But I did end up finding a pirated stream somewhere, so I was able to watch the game.
Punch it in.
You're able to watch. Hey, I gotta have to put myself on mute for.
Yeah, it's tough to hear with Hunter in the background.
Yeah, he got the. I think the play was upheld. I heard Hunter in the background, so I'm pretty sure you got the news that.
There's a lot going
Yes,
on in the
but
hospital right
Kelly, I was scrambling. I was like, "Where's that damn fire stick?" But I couldn't find it. I have no idea where I put it. You ever do that, Lindsay? You put something. Well, I'll remember it's here, and then you just find it someday because you have no clue that it was that's where you put it.
Yeah, it happens to me, but it happens to my wife more than it happens to me. She will find everything. It takes a while sometimes, but she will find it. Have no fear if it's missing. She is, as she calls herself, the finder of lost things. Piston Honda 87 says that Syracuse won, which means this will be the height of my expectations. They didn't just win; they won handily. They scored the most points in a game that they've scored since they scored 66 points in 2013. So they shut out Albany, Colgate. And when you score 65 points and hold your opponent to nothing, you're working on all cylinders. So, yeah, I don't know I'll be able to turn that kind of performance into every game.
I wish y'all.
But,
I wish y'all could see what I was seeing right now.
It's a hell of a start.
Yeah. Are you highlighting comments, Lindsay?
Yeah.
Then I'll stop doing it. Here, you take over.
I was just
No. I thought I'd hit a button on accident. I was like, oh no, what did I do? What did I do?
This Honda 87 made a good point.
No, continue. You're gonna have to run the stream because I don't know what I'm gonna get right. I got like an episode of Jerry Springer and Maury Povich going on like right now.
Have you guys ever seen that little? I don't know if it's a meme. If you could consider it a meme, but they have Arnold Schwarzenegger on the Maury Povich show. It's around the time that they found out that he had a kid with the maid. And he's like, Arnold, we found out that you are the father. And then they have Arnold doing that voice from whatever movie it was where he's going, ah. It's so freaking hilarious. Oh, I love that.
Talk about blowing your mind.
Yes, JWC. Everyone, please smash that like button. That helps us out a lot.
And if you haven't subscribed, please do. It's good to see. It's good to see a good crew shaping up here tonight. Brian Stewart was busy all day making deliveries, so he missed a bunch of football. But glad you're able to make it tonight. At least we'll get caught up on what happens.
Yeah, you get caught up. With the greatest college football post Saturday recap show on the YouTube, done by 3 tool guys, a military guy, and a student.
It sounds like bragging, but it's true.
It sounds like I'm bragging, but no, it is true.
Yeah, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, that was some Total Recall. Wasn't that when he was getting the probe pulled out of his nose?
Oh, maybe that's what it was. What it was. Because he had him screaming like that, and then they just kept putting his face going like this from I think Twins. When he's going, ah.
Yeah, this is exciting stuff here. I don't know what to tell you. I think there might be a hole in the carpet from the pacing here. I'm not sure. It was old carpet. It's okay.
Well, you get a chance to install some new carpet.
Hey, let's give an RIP out to Jimmy Buffett.
If you ask the computers, Texas State still has a 91.9% chance to win this game.
Man, you're gonna stop all that business because somebody over here might beat me to death right now. I mean, he is like.
Shields up.
Look, I'm too old to try to fight with him. He kicked the shit out of me.
I told you, I said to shut the F up. I don't want to know what you can computer say.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have to turn the phone off here. I don't know. All right, hold on.
But good news out of my service academy, the Merchant Marine Academy beat Wisconsin Wolves handily, 52-35 was the final score. So it's nice to see them strung out of the blocks. Hopefully they can
Very
keep it
cool.
up. Yeah,
I
very
was
cool.
pretty stoked. My academy as well, 142-7.
Nice.
I don't know if I want to say the Air Force Academy's Zach Larrier, I believe is how you pronounce his name. Early Heisman candidate, as he went 2 for 3 for 95 yards and a touchdown, 14 carries, 91 yards and a touchdown, 7.1 yard or 2 touchdowns, 7.1 yard average. And they just ran the ball for 374 yards, which is kind of like what we all predicted. They were just going to run all over Robert Morris. And they kind of did. 374 yards. That's a pounding.
Those are outstanding offensive numbers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they look good. They're always a good offensive team. That wishbone offense is option offenses. I mean, I don't know why. I guess the passing game came along, but man, think of early college football. Everybody ran that offense. I mean, people still works.
It does, and I think that there's a lot to be said for the truism of defense wins games, and most of the time it's true, but it is really fun to see a high-scoring game sometimes. It's great to see. I'll go back to the Colorado TCU game. It was a shootout, and that's a ton of fun to watch.
That was the best game of the week. All by no questions asked. That was
No question.
a great game.
I don't know.
Cass stopped in for a brief visit, but he's out of the chat again.
Well, it's 3rd and 10. If they get a couple quick stops, I'm sure it'll be calm for about 3-4 minutes. Yes, JWC text says Snap on and Mako for the win, and I'm not just going to jump on because I like all tools, but I'm going to say those 2 brands in particular, individual tool dealers. I'll say, man, I was talking to the guys just shooting the shit about Matthew making the travel ball team and saying like, yeah, man, Roscoe's kid played travel ball soccer, so he knew. He's like, man, that's expensive. I said, yeah, I know. But it's what he wanted to do, and I'll make the sacrifice. We'll figure it out. And Roscoe said, well, tell you what, dude, I'll buy the uniform. So Roscoe bought the uniform, and then Harry tells me, hey, dude, I heard Roscoe bought your kid the uniform, and I said, yeah, that was cool. He's like, man, I'm going to sponsor him. I'm going to give you $500 towards the league because it costs $7. And I'm like, cool, man, that's freaking awesome. So my uniform, which is $125 and $500 of the league fee is now paid for. So I told Matthew, man, you're going to be wearing one Mako and one Snap-on sock every game day.
All right. So I have an update from the game. So Texas State has just intercepted the pass. I think it's a touchback. I'm not sure. I don't know that we have windows left in the house from the noise that was coming out of Hunter. Cops could be on the way, Brian Stewart. I don't know. I just don't know. It's rowdy in this joint. So.
Yeah, man, they had that interception in the end zone, man. Crazy. I knew.
Our coach that left us, yay! Kim Oki left us for LSU. Let's celebrate.
All right, I gotta go. Here we go again.
Yeah, Brian says the cops are on the way to Cass's place. No doubt. It sounds like there's something going down there that none of us are privy to because he's muted his camera.
Oh, Joey Preciado brought up a pretty good game today, and I wasn't aware of the score, but if Fresno State did beat Purdue, man, that is a big win.
It is a true story. Fresno State didn't. The score was closer than the game was. The Fresno State really whooped their ass. So congratulations to them. Houston's going to pull the W against UTSA here. I don't know if Texas State wins. I don't know if I got to take Hunter to San Marcos so he can go streak the quad naked. I'm not sure how this. I'm not sure how this works.
Go streaking.
I don't know the protocol on this. I'm not aware of this. Yeah, I don't even talk about this right now. I'm just kind of like I'm holding my tongue. I'm not sure what to think here.
I don't know. Do the college kids still do streaking these days?
Because they have.
I don't know. I wasn't a college. Wasn't much of a college guy here.
No, I don't know if it's well, even if you were, you're not. I mean,
I have a headache from just listening to this right now. I don't know. It's because I've been laughing. So when I'm on mute and he's like losing it, I'm just like over here. I'm having a good time. This is not the hardest thing to watch. So, oh boy, I don't know what his roommates are going to do next week, but he's not going to be my problem. All right, so Texas State has it on the 20-yard line. They're going to first and 20, or first and 10, 3:56 to go. They got about a 1 1/4 yard gain, a yard and a foot.
Now Joey Preciado brought up the Fresno State over Purdue game, but he failed to bring up the crushing his Arizona State Sun Devils put on Southern Utah as they won 24-21, and the Southern Utah Thunders are now 0-1.
Let me ask you a question here. Was there a fire or something going on during that game? I mean, you could hardly see the field.
It was all smoked out.
Yeah.
Joey Preciado told me to look for that, man. He was telling me about that how the field looks like that from the. It's crazy. I don't know. I think it was fireworks, but I don't know.
Well, they never left. It was like the third quarter, and you couldn't see the field. I was like, "What the hell is going? What the hell is that?" They just showed something on TV. I don't know what that is. And Hunter, please don't count it. It won't be good. Yeah, it's just just gonna have to roll with what we got.
Bocce says the absolute worst thing about Texas State's the traffic in San Marcos on football day. They don't even have to play a home game for bad traffic. That reminds me of when my wife and I lived in Foxborough, Massachusetts, under the New England Patriots. Same thing. On game day, stay home. But today, UT was playing home, and once the game started, my wife decided that's the time she's going to go to HEB and stock up on some groceries. So she actually could cut down on her transit time and time in the grocery store, get in and out, and get everything done because she knows the crowd is over the stadium.
Did she go to the new HEB?
No, I think she went to the one in Escarpment.
Oh, because there's the new one kind of near your house.
There's 2 new ones near my house now.
Yeah. So, but since they opened the new one on Nutty Brown Road, and then the Dripping Springs one and that one have had about half of the traffic, I think. So, it's.
But now they have a new one on
nice.
1826 and 290.
Yeah, that one sucks. I don't like this. That one's terrible.
I thought it was going to be bigger than that. Small parking lot.
Well, it's a small store. The store's got
it's
limited. All right, so here we go. It's 3rd and 3. I'm gonna let the reaction from Hunter be the determination of what happened.
Joey's off to buy Colorado gear. Have fun, Joey. Just stock up on Sanders jerseys.
All right. Well, he didn't get it. It's 4th and like an inch. And the quarterback's 11 feet 12 with he's about 493 pounds. I would let him run the ball here. I would go for it. But they're going to punt this thing away.
Wait, the clock runs on a delayed game penalty now.
Does it?
NFL clock rules.
No, the NFL changed that rule. I don't know. This is really stressful to watch, listen to. So
Make a decision.
So Christian,
I'm going for it.
Come on, coach. Roll the dice. Checkers or records. Show them who the real River King.
Roll the dice. Christian, when's your first game?
My first game is next Wednesday. We had our scrimmage Thursday. But next Wednesday's our first actual game.
You playing D-line?
Actually, I was going to play D-line this year, but they moved me back to Mike. I'm a Mike backer now.
All right, you going to be pressuring the quarterback or just shadowing him?
I'm gonna be pressing the quarterback. It was we had a guy who was like, he can't play offense. Like, he couldn't remember plays to save his life. But whenever we put him at will for the first time, he was getting tackle after tackle after tackle, and they moved him up to A team. Like, it was crazy.
That's cool.
Oh, you nervous for the start of the season?
Please do this.
This year's gonna be really weird because we have C team now, so we have to. C team has no home games, and A and B team are going to Sycamore next week, which is our rival school in our town. But C team is going all the way down to, I think, where is it? Down into Austin. I can't remember what school we're going to, but every single game's away.
Oh, okay. What do you think about that kind of arrangement?
My dad's not happy about it because I actually ended up making C team this year somehow.
Okay.
My dad is not happy about that because I was almost A team last year.
Stay at it, man. You'll move up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, coaches, they almost moved me up, but they're moving up a lot of guys. But our game, the game that we have next week, starts at the end of our school day. It starts at 4:15, and I think it's like an hour drive there, so we're probably leaving the school around 3. It's really early.
It's a long day, though, in general, though. Got to go play, that night after being in school all day.
Yeah. And then Monday we have a holiday. So Tuesday, first day back, 7th grade has their game. That's Sycamore.
Okay.
So the only practices that they had were Friday. We also just worked on our special teams Friday.
Well, good luck, man. Just get everything you got.
Yeah. Should be on Thursday, and I can tell you who won what games. So
That'd be cool.
hopefully we'll win. And coach, one of our coaches has been coach for like 20-something years, Drew, and he has never lost a game against Sycamore, and he is trying to make sure that we keep it that way.
So no pressure, right?
Yeah, he's never lost a game 7th or 8th in any sport. Not soccer, not tennis, not
Oh,
anything.
really?
Yeah.
Wow. So you got a lot
Yeah,
riding
so
on
that's
that.
that's fun. We actually one of my friends moved to 18, and we just found out that he's the strongest kid in our grade with a 200-pound bench and a 300-pound squat.
How big is he?
Probably 2 inches shorter than me, and like 170 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty
Strong.
impressive.
Very strong kid.
Yeah.
he's a right tackle. He's a big boy.
Ooh. That reminds me of
I just-
who's that kid on UT? He's a defensive lineman and he weighs 364 pounds.
That's Snacks coach. That's Devondre Sweat.
Yes, he
But
was
this-
lighting it up today.
The strongest
That
guy
guy-
on the team is Byron Murphy. But Devondre Sweat for a guy as fat as he is, as big as he is, boy, he was so good.
He was all over the place. He was a real playmaker.
I just have one memory of that kid, though, whenever we were doing a play last year. Last year, I think we called it Tan 7. This year, it's something else. But we called it Tan 7 last year, and it was where he pulled, so we had a pulling guard. And I just remember both the left tackle and the left guard both just went opposite directions.
Spirit.
Sorry, Kristen. I'm not trying to cut in here. Would y'all like an update from the game?
because Baylor is mentally and physically weak. They don't want it. They don't deserve it.
Sorry, it's too funny. Can y'all hear it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh man, the amount of Christian buddy. I'm so sorry. I know you're telling a story. Just hey, don't get hurt. You got bigger stuff ahead, son. All right, would y'all like an update from the game?
Sure.
2:06 to go. Texas State just forced a fumble and recovered. Texas State ball. No timeouts left for Baylor. 2:06 on the clock.
Is that
Real
that
quick,
mean?
we have an off-topic
First
question
down.
from Joey Prisciato.
Listen to my ears.
Joey, yes. Inch and a half on standard,
Student
36
section
millimeter.
who cussed at us and made fun of us for being a bunch of
Yeah, so it's interesting stuff over here, and everybody's real excited, and I guess they're gonna take 3 knees here, 4 knees. I don't know how the time works on this thing.
2:06 left. I think they probably need 1 first down.
No, they're just taking knees here because Baylor can't stop the clock. I think it's a 40-second clock. I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's 40-second play clock.
I don't know how these numbers work. We're just gonna go ahead and say that I don't know what's happening here at the house. My daughter might be a victim of celebration here, excessive celebration.
She faced
Hunter dancing with that song he is singing. I wish I could take a video of him dancing right now. It's impressive. I didn't know he had those moves, and I hope he can recover easily tomorrow.
No promises.
Joey Preciado coming in with the score update saying the best team in LA is UCLA, and they're up 7-0. UCLA's in Westwood, Joey.
Brian Stewart, unfortunately, there's no video of Hunter celebrating. We're going to keep it like Bigfoot, although it's been rumored, it has never been seen. So
The only footage is grainy, taken from a distance, slightly out of focus.
yes.
Go. Let's
Yes. All right. So they're going to take it with about 2 seconds left on the play clock, and the game clock will expire. That's the ball game. This is going to wind down. It is official. Texas State has defeated Baylor 42-31. Not only did Hunter pick the upset, he got the score completely wrong. So
11, 10, 9,
I'm going to mute it for just a second.
7.
We're going to miss Hunter's last 6 seconds of the game.
Let's go!
All right.
Hold the square now!
Where was the game?
For
Waco.
the first time in
Wow,
history,
they went to
Texas
Waco.
State has
Yeah.
beaten a Power 5 opponent.
Oh, Power 5, but I mean, it is the Big 12.
I mean, you're going to be still excited, right? I mean, good for them. Good for them. Is what I mean.
Absolutely. Hats off. Yeah,
What else
Joey's
went on
right.
today? Oh, The Ohio State University had a hot start, beating Indiana.
You my
23-3.
cats!
And they shut out Indiana for the whole second half of the game.
Yeah, that's true, Joey. Big 12 lost to Colorado. And the Big 12 did play for the national championship last year.
So I see Joey's not nearly as keen on Colorado's future as the rest of us might be.
No, I think he's saying Colorado went 1-11 last year, and they beat a Big 12 team.
Oh,
This
last year. That wasn't his projection for this year.
All right. So I think Hunter celebrated. He's just about pulled my arm out of socket. So we got that going for us.
Hunkering down to wait for the worst of it to pass. There might be a firestorm in San Marcos tonight.
Yeah, literally. I mean, if you light anything on fire outside, there will be a massive fire. It's dry, as they say here. It's drier than a popcorn fart. So.
Yeah. So grab your kids and hide under some wet blankets in San Marcos, Texas tonight.
Just stay away from the square. Hold on, I gotta yell at him real quick.
I wonder what the spread was on that game.
On which one?
The Texas State Baylor.
What the spread was?
All right, so there's also a reason why the game has a little more meaning because my son, one of his best friends, is a Baylor alum, and so Hunter just sent him a video, like a little phone message video to brag. So. We've worn both his Texas State Bobcat hats he's got here at the house. Anyway, sorry I've ruined the stream tonight, guys. I apologize about that.
No, ruin the stream. That was a great stream.
A lot of excitement going on.
We got about 10 minutes left. What else do you want to talk about, guys?
I'm game, man. Any game we want to talk about. It was a lot of fun. College football's back in season, and that's what we talk about.
Well, I got a former USC quarterback sighting right now. Keaton Slovis is leading the BYU Cougars to a 7-0 start over the Sam Houston State Bearcats.
Man, former USC, former Pitt Panther.
You thought JT Daniels was Mr. Transfer Portal.
I know. Look at their last year. I don't know if you really count Caleb Williams because he came to USC through the transfer portal, but you had Jackson Dart, JT Daniels, and Keaton Slovis all starting in Division I NCAA football games. Former SC.
And UTSA lost on the same day. It can't get better if you're a Bobcats fan.
Yeah, fun stuff. I mean, it's like 112 degrees in the house right now. It's unreal how hot it is from him running around. And the house isn't exactly small. It's a sizably large house.
You got like a track on the carpet from where he's been pacing?
Oh yeah, he's definitely wearing a hole in the carpet. There's all kinds of.
He's got scorch marks on the carpet now.
Yeah, we have scorched earth here right now, but
Jason came up with the thing where if we lose, we do push-ups and sit-ups.
Oh,
I can
man.
barely do push-ups.
You got to start doing your
But,
push-up.
We've
Yeah.
done 160 push-ups.
yeah, it's exciting stuff here at the house right now. I don't know. He's pacing again. I think he's got to unwind. They're looking through the windows to make sure the cops aren't actually sitting outside the house. But if we told them that Texas State had beaten Baylor, they wouldn't believe us. They'd be like, y'all are lying to us. We'd have to prove it to them. That's the
Man,
typo.
So what does Texas State's schedule look like? What's a realistic
Well, let's take a look. We have to be kind of quiet unless you want to summons, the evil that is running about the house. Let's see here.
Joey, I didn't eat any snacks today. I watched the first half of the Colorado game sitting on my favorite chair, and I watched the second half on my phone even though Matthew's not playing in the rec league, he wanted to go watch his buddies play. So we went to the gym, and he was watching some kids play. I was talking to his parents. I had my phone on watching the games. So all the texts that you guys got from me, every time Colorado took the lead back was from the gym. Then I hadn't eaten, but we went out. I had one of his friends with us, and the three of us had Denny's for late lunch, early dinner, because I'm not going to eat again. I mean, I'll have some M&Ms and Diet Pepsi, but that's about it. Hey, speaking of Diet Pepsi, look who just popped in the chat. What's up, East Coast Ken? I'm representing tonight, dude.
Hey, Ken.
All right, so the Texas State Bobcats, they take on the UTSA Roadrunners, who just lost a nail biter to the University of Houston. They play them next Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Then the following week, on Saturday, September 16th, they take on Jackson State at home at 7:30 p.m. So the game between Texas State, UTSA, that's like they call it like the battle of the I-35 corridor. It's a semi-rivalry. It's kind of a big deal. I think Hunter's trying to join the chat. I don't know if we're going to live in or not. We'll see. And then the following week they take on Nevada at home, and then they travel and they gotta go beat the welfare stealing out of Southern Miss, the home of welfare stealing Brett Favre. And that's to be determined. And then they take on the Raging Cajuns from Louisiana October 7th in wherever the Louisiana is. And then the Warhawks from Louisiana Monroe show up. Okay, should we bring them on, yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we're going to bring them on for just a few minutes.
Yeah.
I imagine he's going to be all soaked and the shirt's going to be all soaked through in sweat.
I'm surprised he didn't rip the shirt off.
Hey, congratulations on that big win, man.
But I don't think they can hear you.
I haven't said anything yet.
Oh, okay. Well, Jude congratulated you on the big win.
Eat 'em up, cats.
So, Hunter, how was your night, bud? Anything
about-
interesting happen?
No,
I didn't notice anything. Seemed completely normal at this house.
sorry about taking over the entire stream, guys.
Oh, no problem, man. I get that.
First Power 5 win in program history. Pretty exciting.
Week 4, September 23rd, we'll see. We have a common foe as you play who we played today. You guys should put a smash in on them. To Nevada. You guys look good, man.
That's the best I've ever seen Texas State look, ever.
That interception in the end zone. I don't know if I'm ahead of you a little bit. You're watching it live?
I watched it.
Well, you know what? I think it's because your dad kept going mute, so maybe that's why I didn't hear you. Because I was like, "What? I don't hear him. Why is he not screaming?"
Yeah.
I've heard Wild screaming plenty of times the last 6 months.
Yeah, I had to hear the screaming. He's perfected the art of screaming. So.
Truly one of the best moments as a sports fan, as a Texas State fan I've had.
Yeah, I mean, beating a marginal Baylor team is excellent. Excellent.
For me, I would relate that to I've seen like my college team, my university, my pro teams all win titles, like plenty of them, except for the Astros. And when they got that one in 2017, I know how you feel, dude. That's how I felt. I was like, oh my goodness. I remember my mom a couple years before that. She's like, "You want Celtic stuff or Cowboy stuff? What do you want?" I said, "Man, give me Astro stuff, man." I gotta represent. This is before they won. Because man, they haven't won yet, man. I'm dying to see them win. And when they won, so I know how you feel. It's a big moment, dude. Congratulations, man. Soak it all up.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's a bad Baylor team. I recognize that, but it feels good.
Hey, a win's a win, you know.
I mean,
The only team you can beat is the team on the other side of the field. That's who was there today.
And it also makes up for the fact that Texas had to go and just disappoint for 60 minutes.
I say it was more for 30 minutes, but it's okay. And it really was only the offense. The offense just looked a little ish.
It did.
And that was an exciting game, though.
I tell you what, so Colorado's going to get the game of the day honors, but this Baylor-Texas State game was probably the game of the day.
TJ Finley deserves some type of
Oh, yeah, he's going to be Sun Belt Player of the Week for sure.
Gotta be. That was awesome.
I'm sure by the time they get back to San Marcos in 2 hours that the town will probably be on fire. And
hey, Ninja, did you get the spread on it? What was the spread?
Oh,
it was like 17 or 18 points, I think.
You guys were dogs?
Oh yeah, we were big dogs.
Man, can you imagine someone put $100 on you guys to cover and then parlayed it to win outright? Ooh. That would have been some money right there.
Yeah.
It's a 17-point dog. That's probably, you're probably going to make around $1,500 on the odds on that one, I think.
Yeah.
On $100 on $100 bet.
If you went for the trifecta of the over, probably the spread, Texas State to cover and to win.
Oh, that's probably a 5-figure payday then.
Oh yeah, dude, that's a 5-figure payday. 100%.
And if you took total yards as well, yeah, you'd definitely be.
You'd have to be one degenerate.
So when you start parlaying, it's like, man, you're just like, oh god, that's when you win big. But I mean, just it only takes one to lose. So
you got to be
one degenerate gambler. Yes,
you have to be one degenerate gambler. If you have 4 things like that, I mean, you probably lost
Texas
a house
State.
in the past.
I mean, you just won one back.
Or you're like in or friends with the Corleone family or something.
Yeah, he's swimming with the fishes. You've actually seen somebody lose a hand because of a bad debt.
Yeah.
27 and a half. Is that right,
That was the
Lindsay?
spread. Yeah.
They were a 27 and a half dog.
Let's go.
Oh, dude, that's the upset. That's a bigger upset than Colorado today.
Man,
Points. We'll take the over. We'll take the outright win. We'll take the total yards.
Joey says better put some respect on Utah. Now, Utah's always well coached, man. They're always going to be a
Utah's
tough
going
out.
to beat the life out of this Baylor team next week. Don't forget that. Baylor has to play Utah next week.
oof.
Utah is going to beat the life out of this team.
Hey, Hunter, Brian wants to know how much money you had in the game.
How much did it cost to go to Texas State?
There you go.
It was about $8,000 a year. Was there for 2.5 years? No, 3.5 years. About $30,000.
Man, well, you're a loyal alum, that's for sure.
Hey, a lot of people end up at Texas State because they didn't get into UT or some other school. I chose Texas State. I got into UT. I got into A&M. I had a feeling that Texas State was the best place for me. The whole family did. Even my grandmother, who's a proud Texas alum. My dad, proud Texas fan. We all agreed. We all went to San Marcos. We all agreed that was the best place for me. I really felt more at home there than I did at UT. So I chose there, and I've always wanted to be proven right, especially on the sports field, because I feel like Texas State has so much potential, and to see it tonight, it's awesome.
Like how he said Texas fan, because the school I went to had the word community in the beginning of it, so we don't really have a sports team.
I too am a river bat.
Hey, Joey's wondering who beats USC first this year, Notre Dame, Oregon, or Utah?
Who plays them first?
This is the start of it. It starts with college football. It rolls into the Cowboys. Then he starts getting me with the Astros and the Celtics later on. I mean, man, in my dictionary at home, when I look up the word troll, it shows a picture of Joey Preciado going like this.
We need to call Joey Buttons because he's pressing all of Jude's right
He's
now.
pressing all the buttons. But I love Joey, man. He's like the first person I met on the socials.
Oh, man.
Cool dude.
Little Joey Buttons here.
Oh, that's true.
Joey
He does
says
like
he
the
likes
Astros.
the Astros. That's his team.
Yeah, but he was telling me that they were going to lose to the Red Sox in the playoffs. I know. Come on, dude. That's your team, Joey. But he still trolls me, even on his team.
Any targeting calls yet? There was a targeting call last night against Hawaii.
Oh, there was. They called it roughing the passer, but when I looked at the play, it looked like it should have been called targeting. The dude looked like he hit him with a helmet to helmet and forearm to helmet, like right at the same time, and they called it roughing the passer. That was in the might have been the SC game. Oh no, I think that was it was against Deion Sanders' kid. It was in the Colorado game.
Bocce. I mean, Jude, Bocce's got some truth for you here.
Man, the Cowboys' defense was ranked the number 1 defense in the NFL. Didn't you see that, Bocce? Burn down the square.
I know it's not fair to gloat, but I'm going to.
Oh, you're allowed to gloat just a little bit.
Enjoy it.
Because there's always tomorrow.
It might be the last win they get all year. You don't know.
I don't know, man. I was looking at.
It could be. I'll take it. I'll take it.
I don't know. I'm looking at that schedule. UTSA, Jackson State, Nevada, Southern Miss, Louisiana, UL Monroe, Troy.
Win.
Yep.
Win.
Georgia Southern.
Win.
Coastal will probably be a tough game.
Win.
At Coastal. Then Arkansas State and South Alabama. Dude,
Arkansas State, who just lost 73 to a whole lot of nothing.
I wouldn't.
He's trying to agree with you, Hunter.
But I look at that schedule. I could see them running that table.
I don't. They're not going to run that table. As much as this game feels great, Texas State to me is still probably a 7-8 win team. You're going to get caught in the Sun Belt. It's going to happen. This is a great start to probably the only 2 years that TJ King will be at this school before he goes on to a much bigger school. But we'll take it. Take every second of it. But yeah,
You think he's gonna hit the transfer portal, or the coach? You mean you talking about the coach can leave?
Coach, yeah, DJ Kinney.
Well, that you said okay, yeah.
If they have success like this, it's gonna be probably this year be like an 8-win season. Next year be like a 10-12 win season. 12-1, some or 13-1, right? Conference championship. Maybe a big bowl game / big bowl win, maybe. And then he'll be off to Texas A&M or Houston or a bigger school.
Remember, he is a quasi-Texas alum. He was recruited to play football there.
He played football there.
Kinda.
He got some snaps. Not many, but he did. And he got hurt, and then he was never going to pass up Colt McCoy, so he transferred to Tulsa. Had a great career there, one of the best quarterbacks in Tulsa history. Stuck around in the NFL and CFL on practice squads and things like that for a while, and then went into coaching. And now his first year in FBS school, he has a massive marquee win. He's done something that nobody at Texas State's ever done before in his first game. He's beaten a Power 5 team.
You know what's great about this too? You know when Baylor, their schedule was probably made 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whenever they scheduled this game. You know Baylor's schedule. All right, there's a W. You know, let's get Texas State in here and look at what happened to them. So, good for Texas State. I love it, man. I love it.
You could just tell by the way Baylor played the whole game. They didn't respect Texas State.
They seemed arrogant, huh?
They did. Like, they sat there and they didn't, like, you know, you had Blake Shapen where you're throwing up gang signs and stuff while you're down 14 points. What are you doing? You know, like, this is a real opponent. You got to show up.
Yeah, who do you think you are, Tom Herman?
Exactly. Like, it's what happens when you don't take teams seriously. And this goes back to the fact that I've been saying all off season, when I have talked about football to big guy up there, yeah, that way, over the living room, that Baylor's offensive line is bad, and that was shown tonight. Their offensive line was not good. Their defensive line doesn't look very good either. Their defense doesn't look good. Their offense doesn't look good. And if I'm a Baylor fan, in all reality, and this isn't to like shit on them, it looks bleak. That team did not look good today. They got dominated in every phase of the game. Every style of play, they got dominated. And they play Utah next week. They just played a physical game, a hard physical game, one of the longest games of the week. And they have Utah next week.
That's never an easy out.
Yeah, and they may have to face a guy that plays real similar to the quarterback for Texas State and Cam Rising.
But who's done it at a high level.
Yeah. Well, we'll just have to see what happens. So
we'll have to see what happens. Update on my G5 game of the week. Tulane is currently blowing out South Alabama.
we'll have to look for Jude's upset of the week tomorrow night when the mighty Trojans of San Jose State take on the not so mighty Oregon Beavers, led by one DJU.
I don't know
It's
that,
a joke.
Jude. I like you a lot. I don't know that San Jose State beats Oregon State.
I picked it for I picked it for Jude.
Okay. I was like, Jude makes some silly picks every now and then, but usually they involve USC, not San Jose State.
Wow, way to shit on Jude here.
I made plenty of silly picks about Texas in 2021. We remember those. Well, we don't want to, but we do.
Nah, it's fun, man. It's all in fun. I love this panel, man. We're awesome.
Yeah, I love doing this. I love being wrong and being right, and I love being right tonight.
I don't ever love being wrong. I only love being right. So even if I'm wrong, I'm still right.
Well, I don't possess the ability to be wrong. I just don't.
But yep, fun day of college football.
By the way, Texas Tech and Wyoming are tied at 17.
Oh wow.
By the way, Texas Tech fans were talking shit all day on Twitter about Texas's offense, and they're currently tied with Wyoming.
Wyoming's a Power 12 school, or a Power of 5 school. What do they call that?
What? Wyoming's a G5 school.
I say Power of 5.
Well, it's all right. Every team in the Big 12 next year will be a G7 school, but that's. We'll talk realignment one day, where I'll give my really aggressive opinion that there's only really going to be 40 power teams, and the rest will be not power teams. Sorry, Lindsay, but BC will not be a power team.
I think Lindsay's realistic enough to know this.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lindsay's actually an Alabama fan.
You guys heard the Pac-12 is now officially the Pac-2?
Not anymore. Oh, well, kinda.
What?
Not for
I
long.
think Wazoo and Oregon State, I think, are going to. But I think they're talking to the Southwest, or not Southwest,
The Mountain West.
Southwest Conference.
Mountain West. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of news on that end. They wanted to invite a bunch of Mountain West schools, but the Mountain West said, no, we have a better TV deal than what you'll get, so you have to come to us. Because the Mountain West knows, like, those schools don't have big fan bases. I'm not trying to go and say they aren't good at football. Oregon State's had a great few years, but they don't have a lot of fans. The straw that breaks the camel's back in college football today is TV money. And it's not about the market; it's about your actual provable viewership. Oregon State and Wazoo don't have that. I'm sorry, but they don't. Same thing. Why is Boise State not going to go to the Big 12? Why is Big 12 not want Boise State? They don't have fans. They're in Idaho. Who do you know from Idaho? Nobody. They don't exist. They're not real.
Yeah.
Hey, Jude, two potatoes are walking down the street. Which one's the prostitute?
Which was the prostitute?
Yeah.
I don't know
the one that says Idaho.
Oh God. Oh, that's funny.
Oh boy.
Zing.
Oh, I didn't realize my day just got even better. Army lost to UL Monroe. I keep winning.
Merchant Marines and Air Force both won.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll take the Merchant Marines, kind of, even though when they show up at TBS, they don't run and scream. Anyway.
Tulane is just smacking around South Alabama here.
Yep. Let's see here. Let's Baylor's schedule here. Yeah, they got three of their next four games are against teams that run the ball very well. Utah, Texas, and UCF. It's not looking like it's going to be a good month of Baylor football.
UCF looked pretty good, too, on Thursday night. Not gonna lie.
Joey's right. Other than Oregon, SC, because UCLA, man, even being in the heart of downtown LA, the Rose Bowl, you can get seats on a Game Time app for $6. My uncle is an alumni of UCLA, and he used to get tons of tickets because he used to run these groups where they for kids, these softball teams and basketball teams and stuff like that. And they needed, they would just give them tons of tickets to try to get people to come and sit in the end zone. And I just used to go just to watch football. And for every 6 kids, they needed someone that was over 18 to be a chaperone. And I would UCLA games, it didn't matter who they were playing. I mean, they do not sell out. SC and Oregon and Washington probably are the only 3 schools that really bring in a lot of fans. Now, of course, every time someone gets hot, Stanford had their run. Washington State would. I don't even know if Washington State did it when they were good, but
it's not about like fans in the stadiums. This isn't baseball, right? Where you need fans in stadiums. These teams dominate the TV viewership. Like you can look at the deal. UCLA's top 40 in viewership. I don't know how. I didn't know UCLA had fans, but apparently they do. Washington somehow has a bunch of fans. USC obviously dominates viewership. They're one of the most valuable teams. Oregon is really valuable because of their primary donator, but they also have a ton of viewership basically built up because of Nike. That's kind of the crux of it, right? Like fans and stands, not really a thing. They're like truly national brands, right? Where they rely on their TV viewership more than like fans and stands. And that's what these conferences are worried about is TV money, right? Because that's where they get $1 billion deals. No one's going to pay you $1 billion to sell beer in one stadium. Not even the Cowboys could pull that one off.
That's why Notre Dame, they got the deal with NBC for their home games. That's great. That's awesome. All these conference networks are doing well. The Pac-12 network is garbage. I find the Pac-12 network games on YouTube live.
Yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, the Pac-12 died because they were too good for Texas Tech. I mean, at the end of the day, when the Pac-16 almost happened, Texas wanted to have the Longhorn Network on their own outside the Pac-12 network, and they wanted to bring Tech with them. And the Pac-12 said, no, we don't want Tech. We want to bring in Utah. So Texas said, all right, no problem. We'll stay in the Big 12. And that is the reason the Pac-12 died right there. They chose Utah, great, successful program. They just don't have a lot of fans. They have a ton of fans in the stadium, absolutely, and they have very loyal fans. But they chose a smaller brand, and now they're no longer a conference. They will be gone by the end of 2023. There'll be no more Pac-12.
Well, they'll be by the end of the 2023-24 school year.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. In this coming summer, the 2-pack, they will realize that they will be Mountain West schools, and they'll leave. That's just the crux of it, right? There'll probably be some realignment later down the road when the SEC and the Big Ten combine forces and leave college football or leave the NCAA and go off and create their own thing. And those schools will probably get pulled back in because they are natural rivals with 2 schools that will be there. Much like Texas Tech and Oak State are just waiting for that invite. They don't love the Big 12. They're just waiting for their invite into the new thing that replaces Division I FBS. And any fan that tells you otherwise is lying to themselves and to you.
How far have things come, man? Back in the day, by Thanksgiving, a national champion was crowned, and the bowl game was just a bowl game. It didn't even matter. I mean, it mattered to people wanted to win, but it wasn't even considered in national rankings. And then the bowl games became serious, big time in national rankings. You had the AP, the UPI, the coaches poll. Then you had the first version of the BCS, and man, it's just blows me away how far things are coming. Now you're in a playoff with 4 teams, soon going to be 8. 12, yeah, exactly. Did you see that new Dr. Pepper commercial? It's freaking hilarious when they're talking about the transfer portal and the playoff.
Yeah, that's great.
That fan.
I think
the only thing I wish Dr. Pepper would do is bring back Larry Culpepper. Only thing.
Yeah.
The only thing I wish Dr. Pepper would do is bring in Bo Jackson to come run over Brian Bosworth one more time.
And Christian,
man.
sorry you had to leave, but it was great. I'm sorry I wasn't here to hang out with you.
Christian,
Christian, it was good seeing you.
Did he make A team? I didn't get to find out. I was too.
No, he's on the C team right now.
No, that's coach needs to learn.
All right, what do we have watching? 8 people watching. I'm kind of ready to hit the road. I don't know about you guys. Y'all want to stay and hang out with the fine folks? Y'all can. I'm going to go ahead and step out, though.
Yeah, I will step out as well.
Yeah, I got a couple errands I got to go run. I got to hit the stores. It's 8:30 my time. They close at 10, so I figured we were going to go on to 8 or 8:30.
Are you, Judy? Are you doing a stream tonight?
I will when I get home. Like I said, I'll probably be home by like 10 or 10:30, but I'll probably go on late tonight. You want me to send you a link?
10:30. Your time?
Yeah, probably my time. Probably late for you.
12:30 our time.
I got to smoke a brisket, so I don't care. But
At least one, Joey. At least one.
you know what? Tell you what. If you're going to be on in 2 hours or so from now,
Roughly 2 hours, 2.5 at the
let me
most.
start one up in the interim, and then when you want to get yours going, I'll duck out. Because
Oh no, I can jump on yours if you want. We can hang out on yours. It doesn't matter. I was just going to go live for. I mean, either one's fine.
doesn't matter to me. I'm happy either way. It says Brian's been got a lot going on in Brian Stewart land here. I'd like to get him on.
I know. I was reading that he's not getting tools for Mac. How's he going to survive?
He looks like he kind of hit a rough patch there, but one of the other vendors is getting them by, and looks like we got some stories to tell.
Well, I'm definitely going to tune in. I'm going to definitely tune in and listen, but I'm going to let you guys take it out here. Let's start with the fan of the hour.
All right. It was a great day. Great day to be great. So, as always, in order of importance, go Navy, beat Army, hook 'em horns, and of course, eat 'em up Cats.
Nice.
Burn down the square.
Hey guys, it's been great having you all watch us today. Hope you enjoyed the stream. A lot of good college football teams won today. There was one team that you had to have some cojones to bet on, as I told the guys earlier. And but let me just end. Y'all cannot spell SEC, which seems to be a dominant conference, without the letters S and C. So fight on.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thank you for hopping on the chat, and to my fellow co-hosts, it was a good time. I'd love to see Hunter's enthusiasm, and good luck to Christian on his football game on Tuesday coming up. So it'll be fun to hear on Thursday how well he fared and what his experience was getting out of the blocks on his first game of the season. So please tune in on Thursdays and Saturdays. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Tell your friends, and let's all get together and have some fun. And on a side note, I'm going to be doing a live stream on Coil Tools in about a half hour. So if you want to jump on that, do that, and then we'll bring in some of the other guys, and we'll keep the party going. But we'll gear it towards some tool talk a bit later on. Have a great night.
As always, guys, we really appreciate everybody in the chat, everybody that watches, everybody that shares Wide Right college football with all their friends. Change on the date. It's Wednesday when Christian has his game, so we'll be cheering on for Christian on Wednesday. Maybe we'll get a little update on Thursday from him. Like I said, we love all the support. Thank you for all the support. And remember, the team that scores the most points always wins the game. Thanks for watching.